Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and of the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. So I'm joined tonight with the fabulous Sandy Diva and the fabulous Teresa Lynch. I hope everyone's having a good evening this evening, and we're here to discuss brand new Mandela effect, and as well as a fewer old ones. So hope you are all set with your popcorn and your drink. Sandy, what do we have?
We have a lot tonight. You're the one who can see what I can't see. You have the flicker in front of you, right?
Yeah. Any birthdays to mention, Teresa, this week? Do we have any birthdays?
Teresa, are you there?
I've noticed she has a hard given enough time again.
It is. I will say, in her defense, it is much more difficult to find the birthdays on Facebook now.
It is.
They changed it.
Well, we have daylight savings time coming up next weekend, right?
Yeah, this is a bad one.
Yeah.
The 14th.
Spring ahead, fall back.
I hate spring ahead.
The whole idea that daylight savings time doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah. I hate the hour of lost darkness and sleep.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, we have me too. We have a few people that just joined us. We have Uni Mundi, we have Matrix Seeker, we have Karen Maloney and Sandy. You're in the chat. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, and Moon Freedom.
Moon Freedom, welcome everyone.
Yeah, welcome everyone.
Welcome.
All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes, right? Shall we?
Sure. I would start with older stuff until more people show up. I wouldn't start with the new stuff right away.
Sounds good. Can anybody see my screen?
Yeah, you're showing everybody folders.
Okay, can we start with Gremlins?
Sure. We can start with Gremlins, and I'll have to happy belated birthday, John the Savage, whose birthday was February 21st.
Oh, John the Savage, happy birthday.
And that is such
happy belated.
Not one, but two of my best friends in high school. Their birthday was February 21st as well. My best friend Jewel, a guy, and my best friend Diane. All right, guys. If you saw this, just answer what you originally answered. In Gremlins 2, they added different types and colors of gremlins, but in the original movie, for the most part, gremlins were all the same color. What color were they? Can you guys answer in the chat? What color are gremlins? Not the Mogwai, not the cute little fuzzy guy, Gizmo. Like Spike, who is now Stripe. The gremlins, the bad ones. What color? Do you remember?
I'm sorry, Sandy. I wasn't supposed to flip the screen to the next one, was I?
You were not. It's okay. So, tonight, Eddie Von Keen is Eddie Von Kuhn. He says gray. Diana Oddman says grayish brown. Moon Freedom, green with stripes, maybe gray stripes, but green. Karen doesn't remember, and that's okay. And I find it interesting that every time I've asked this question, there's multiple answers in the chat of different colors, even though they were the same color in the first one. It wasn't until the second one that we got different colors of Gremlins. And I find it funny that everybody remembers something different. Green for John the Savage.
I know that movie frightened me for like months afterwards, maybe even a year or two. Like I could not go to my room like without jumping to my bed each time.
Well, you were a little bit younger. I thought it was funny.
I think I was like 5 when the movie came out.
83, I think, or 82. I don't know. Yeah, I was 7 or 8, so I was a little bit older than you. Oh, Unamundi. Oh my gosh, that's so long ago. Oh, it's okay, sweetheart. It's fine. Water under the bridge, right? I'm just glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you're doing okay. Thank you.
Teresa, what color do you remember the Gremlins?
Green, because it always reminds me of a lizard. Green.
Okay.
Okay. Green. So how many greens do we have? How many grays and how many browns or whatever? How many different?
That's the thing. We have more green than anything, but there's only like with you guys 4 greens. But then there's also grayish brown and gray. Hey, Curiouser. Curiouser's in the chat. We got Captain Kirk
Hi,
in the chat.
Curiouser.
Hi, Curiouser.
Okay, so you can go on now. We have plenty of answers, and half the people already saw this, so we can go on. First of all, I just want to mention it's possible because the movie was very dark, and the Gremlins moved very fast, and you were looking at the front of them for the most part. I don't remember all of these markings on the backs of the Gremlins, but they do have all of these markings. But some of them are still dark green, like I remember. But but Stripe Spike specifically is now black. Like he's like black, and I don't remember that. I'm sorry, my screen's on a delay. Now, previously, I covered the fact that his eyes went from yellow to red, and I don't remember the stripes all over his body. And now I don't remember all these teeth like spikes on his face. He looks much more evil than I remember. He's got double eyelids with teeth like spikes. He's got spikes on the sides of his face. He's got spikes on his chin. I don't remember this. I do have a drawing coming up the way I remember Stripe being before he turned into, Spike before he turned into Stripe. But here's a replica. This is just a doll. So you can really see all those spikes that are on his face. The red eyes, they were yellow. I don't remember the stripes all over his body. Now, this drawing is how I remember Spike. He was more troll-like. I don't know. I can't describe it. He just wasn't as evil looking. He looks very sharp and evil now. And I think it's the sharpness of the face with all the sharp points.
I could have sworn he had like a mohawk.
Yeah, he does have a mohawk. The mohawk goes up and down. So he can put his mohawk down like a cat puts their ears back. So it goes up and down. But he does have the mohawk. He still has it. So the top left I remember Spike being lighter. He was lighter than the rest. They were all like a dark green color, but Spike was a little bit more green. Like you could tell he was green. He wasn't like neon green or anything, but you could tell he was green. And the other ones were like a dark green. And now they're black. They are black or extremely dark green where it looks black. And I will have the original animatronic coming up. It'll be the center image in the collage. All right, so interestingly, this article is on the Wikipedia page for Gremlins. And it says here, if you could stop moving it for 1 second, thank you. When he was fed after midnight and turned into a gremlin, he gained a more fearsome appearance, just like all the other gremlins. He still had white fur on his head and had red eyes with black pupils. Again, they were yellow for me. Now they're red. His skin still seemed to be brighter than the other gremlins, and now his skin is darker than the other gremlins. His skin was more of a green color than dark greenish brown. And that's exactly what I remember. But now he's darker. He's black. And the other ones are so dark green that they look black as well. He was more friendly looking. Yes, he was goofier looking. Like I said, I didn't see it as scary as it is now. It's scarier now. So right here in the center, that is the actual animatronic from the movie. It's black. There's no green there. It's so wrong looking. All those stripes on his arms. As Dan pointed out, the armor on the shoulders, the spikes on his face, his red eyes. It's wrong. I don't remember this. You have scenes from the movie scattered in there, like on the left, with the mouth open. That's from the movie. And here's what I remember. These colors. I remember them green. There was no mistaking it. I could see brown mixed in with the markings and stuff. I don't remember all those stripes on his arms. It's like he's wearing a striped shirt and pants. It's not right. And interestingly enough, Brian, can you zoom in on the top right corner? That was the original Gremlin doll. And notice the body doesn't have any markings on it like that. Like it's just a plain green doll. It's got the mohawk. Plain green doll. But the bottom left corner is the current doll, and it's got the stripes everywhere.
So he's a multiple Mandela effect.
Oh, yeah, he's been affected multiple times. The eye color and the stripes on his body I covered back in 2018.
It's almost like more demonic.
Yeah. Yes, he looks more demonic. He looks evil. He did not look evil before. I mean, you could tell he was the bad guy, but he wasn't like... And, let me tell you something interesting that I learned about this that I didn't mention before. Originally, in this time, I didn't read that. I've never known this. I just found out this fact. Originally, Gremlins was supposed to be a horror film. It wasn't supposed to be a family-friendly movie. And this was one of the first movies to ever get a PG-13 rating because it was too scary to be PG. But it was still a family-friendly movie. And kids loved the Gremlins and Gizmo. So it got a PG-13 rating. And it was actually one of the reasons why PG-13 was developed. But the thing is, it was originally supposed to be a horror film in this reality, this timeline, whatever you want to call it. Originally, the Gremlins were supposed to kill both of his parents, decapitate them, no less, eat the dog, like all this horrible stuff. I can see these Gremlins doing those horrible things. The Gremlins from my past couldn't have done that. So I kind of believe that it was originally intended to be a horror movie now. Welcome, Sharky. Welcome, Bit of Venom. Welcome, Char Does Gotcha. And welcome, honest Hunter O'Biden. Justin Bennett. So I thought that was interesting that now it was supposed to be a horror movie and they decided to go in a different direction.
I got a good one next, Sandy.
Huh?
I got a good one for the next one.
Okay.
You ready, guys?
I'm ready. Teresa, you are up.
This is yours, Teresa.
Yes. We have never heard of hurricanes in space. Have you?
Now this was a new thing reported. So, but even though it was
Scientists recently observed a
Teresa.
space hurricane for the first time. It circled above Earth for nearly 8 hours. Space hurricanes don't bring wind, they bring intense clockwise
Teresa, you're breaking up.
Teresa.
Teresa, can you move back a little bit? You're breaking up. They couldn't hear any of that.
Space hurricanes don't bring rain. Instead, they bring intense, counterclockwise spinning solar winds that can wreak havoc on satellites.
Much better.
That is strange how they just noticed this, you know? Like it seemed like it would have been going on for quite some time.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. They didn't just notice it. They've known about this a long time. They've just been able to prove it.
Yeah.
They finally caught one happening and were able to measure it happening. So they've known about this a long time, but they weren't able to prove it, and now they're able to prove it. So it's still Mandela. Go ahead, Teresa.
Guys?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Teresa.
We can hear you.
For the first time, astronomers have detected a powerful 600-mile wide, 1,000 kilometers of hurricane of plasma in Earth's upper atmosphere. And the phenomenon they're calling is a space hurricane. And the space hurricane raged for nearly 8 hours on August 20th, 2014. It did happen then in 2014, and it was swirling hundreds of miles above the Earth's magnetic North Pole, according to a published February 22nd in the journal Nature's Communications. But until now, it was uncertain that space plasma hurricanes even existed. So to prove this with such a striking observation, it's incredible. So they're just now, being able to prove this now. So it has happened in the past. But it can cause interference with GPS, communication, satellite, causing issues on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, though. I've never heard of a space hurricane in my life. So this was shocking finding this out.
Yeah,
you can Google it if you want, Brian. If you want to Google it, go ahead. Just Google space hurricane. You want to talk about it some more?
There's actually not much information online. It's all the same article repeated over and over again because even though they've known about this from the early 2000s.
Would he get copyright if he played a little bit of it?
Probably. Yes. Dan gets copyrights all the time for nature and space stuff.
But he can show pictures.
Teresa, I showed every picture I could find on it. I used every picture I could find on it. There isn't much because it's new.
Yeah, it's so new.
Yeah, they're still studying more. I think it's incredible, though. I was like, wow. I was shocked, basically.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there's all sorts of phenomenon that's going on. I mean, doesn't surprise me. Like we have different, like, isn't there like lightning that occurs? Like, there's something to do with like the weather's different. It feels like, you know,
It's increased.
it's more.
It's more stronger. There's more earthquakes lately. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but every time I turn around, I'm seeing something about a huge earthquake. The recent one, what was the recent one? It was 8.1.
New
Brian, you
Zealand,
might want to
off the
Google
coast
that.
of New Zealand. It was off the coast of
8.
New Zealand.
Yeah, and they had a warning out. They thought it was gonna. I was like freaking out because they were gonna have tsunami warnings, and they're like freaking people up off on the coast of the West Coast from California all the way up, and I'm like, oh my God, thinking it was gonna come all the way over to where I'm at, Nevada. So yeah,
Teresa,
it was a little scary.
Teresa, it will never reach Nevada. Oh my
How do
God.
you know?
I know. Just like if one came on the East Coast, unless like a comet hit the ocean, it's not going to reach Nevada. Ever. It
I'm
wouldn't
being
even
serious,
reach.
Sandy. It's not funny.
I'm saying it wouldn't even reach Philadelphia from the Atlantic Ocean. You see what I'm saying? Like just a couple miles, Teresa. You're hundreds of miles. You're safe. You're safe.
Not from the coast of California.
Yes, you are. You're hundreds of miles from the coast of California. You're safe.
Okay, so what's going on with Greece?
Oh,
Okay, so
that's Sandy.
a lot of people did not agree with me on this, but it is a total change for me. Plus, there's something weird going on in it. So there's a couple things. We're going to talk about a couple things.
Are there new changes?
Yeah, there is. So I covered the weird poodle skirts that I've never seen before in my life a few months ago, where poodle skirts now have all these strange things on them, including like bingo and parcheesi and giraffes and sloths and all sorts of weird stuff. I don't remember poodle skirts having all these weird patterns on them. And what made me notice the pattern was this image in Greece. I don't remember this skirt in Greece. But there's another problem with this scene. I don't remember the girl walking behind Sandy and Frenchie having a book on her head. You're covering up the book, Brian. Scroll up. There you go. She's literally just walking with sunglasses and a book on her head.
What the heck?
Right behind the main characters. This was a prominent scene in the movie. I don't remember this. I don't remember her.
Does anybody else remember this? What about you, Teresa? Do you remember this with the book on her head?
Eddie Van Keen. Yeah, the Lady and the Tramp one with the Siamese cats. That was actually a pattern that you could buy and make your own skirt. It was a patterned, like you would buy the material with the pattern pre-cut on it, and you just cut out the triangles and sew it together. I covered that one as well. Shardakana says no. Karen Maloney says no. Tammy B, hey, does not remember the book. I don't remember that, but really don't know. That's okay, Moon Freedom. So now we're on to this logo. This is where people did not agree with me, but it's wrong for me. So which logo do you remember? They're both a car. One is a windshield and one does not. Which one do you remember, left or right?
You know, I never noticed it was a car until you said that.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you remember the windshield or no windshield?
For some reason, I don't know. I mean, I don't know this movie as well as most people. Like,
Well,
so I really can't say.
Eddie Van Keen says left. Karen Maloney says right. Matrix Seeker says left. Bit of Venom, I don't know which one you're saying. Shardakana does not remember it as a car. No windshield, says Curious and Curiouser. Well, actually, that's not true. Early cars did not have windshields. Just saying. But not the cars at that time period did. Yes. Yes, they did. But that doesn't mean you have to draw one on for a logo.
I'd have to see the cover of the DVD or something. But then
Tanya B
again,
doesn't remember it as a car either. Well, I'm assuming if you don't remember it as a car, you wouldn't remember the windshield, because when I'm going to show you a picture, Brian, don't worry. What's bothering me the most about this is that when you see it on the cover of an album, it looks like an apostrophe. It doesn't look like a windshield to me. It looks like grease with an apostrophe over the A.
exactly.
And I don't remember that at all.
You're telling me it's always been there?
Yeah, it's always been there.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's wrong for you. It's not
No.
fair.
No, because I would have known it to be a car in that case. %100% new for you, Sandy?
Yeah, 100%. And apparently everyone who doesn't remember is a car. And Karen Maloney said right. So Bit of Venom does not remember the windshield. It just looks like an apostrophe over the A. Looks stupid.
Yeah.
There is some residue right here. No windshield / apostrophe.
Yeah, like I had no idea that it was a car.
And no car.
That's so weird. Hidden in plain sight.
We lost Teresa.
All
right, we got her back.
Yeah.
There she
is. You did the
is.
Grease one? You know how many times I've seen that movie? Like, I can't remember. Too many. I don't know about the windshield. It looks weird, but don't it look weird? And I don't know. I have actually a duel about that one, guys. Part of me don't remember it, and part of me does remember it. But I do know it was a car. I remember knowing that thing was a car because that's what it's supposed to represent, is a car.
Well, that's the thing. For me, the red part that was around the word grease made it look like a car. But I don't remember the apostrophe windshield.
Well, that's what's throwing me off. I have to think about it because I'm 50-50 on it. That's all I can say is I remember it, but I don't remember it. So
and that's
for me,
okay.
It's a duel. Yeah, it's a duel.
All right, our next runner-up for Mandela effects is Teresa. This is yours, Teresa. Wildfire Country Singer.
Yes. I don't know how many people know this song. I can't sing it because I don't want to get Brian a copyright. But the singer's name is Michael Martin Murphey. How do you remember his last? Huh?
You can say the last name. They just have to spell it.
Murphey. How do you spell Murphey? The song he's known for singing is Wildfire, which, if you've seen the video, there's a couple horses in it. And I believe they're talking about the horses, blah, 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 coming down the mountain. I can't really say, I can't sing it. But last name is Murphey. Spell Murphey. It is a country. It is like from the 70s, I believe, the music. So don't know how many people can remember this one.
Who said they met him last night? Was that Jade?
What?
Who said that they met him last night?
I don't know. You'd have to look back at the video. I don't remember. It was somebody said they met him and he was kind of
jerk. He was a jerk.
He was a jerk. And she remembered it being spelled the way that I remember it being spelled, which is not the way it is now. Without giving away the answer.
Well, in the chat, we have John Nada guessing.
Yeah, crazy.
In the chat, we have John Nada guessing IE at the end. Eddie Von Keen comes out with Mac Murphy.
Well, the
Karen
last name is
Maloney.
Murphy. Uh-huh.
Karen Maloney remembers Murphy with a Y.
Uh-huh. Okay.
John the Savage says Murphy with a Y. Tammy B just
Uh-huh.
guessing Murphy with a Y.
Okay. All right. Should we show what the current timeline is?
Sure.
And the winner is?
Current timeline.
Drum roll. And now it's spelled Murphey. I do not remember the E in his name. It is driving me crazy. To me, it was always Murphy. And Sandy found some awesome residue.
Thank you, Teresa.
It's always been spelled Murphey in this timeline. Thank you, Sandy, for the awesome graphics.
No problem. I don't know this guy.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I've never seen Murphy spelled EY at the end.
So I believe this is residue.
Oh, wait,
correct?
Teresa, we have someone new in the chat. Michael
Yeah.
Mueller says, I've seen him in a high school gym in Marietta, Ohio. It was spelled Murphy. There you go.
No way.
Who saw him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now it's changed. Who's in the chat saying this? I'm sorry, it's so little.
John Nada said, thought there was an E. I had a 45 as a kid. John the Savage says John Michael Murphy with a Y. And what were you saying, Teresa? I'm sorry.
No, I'm a little shocked about this. I mean, this one blew me away. And there's so much residue. Look at this. There's your karaoke, Brian.
And I'm going to ask the chat something that I asked last night.
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of VHS video magazines? I've never heard of them. They did not exist in my past. But I have residue on one of them. It's the top left image, Brian. Do you see it? That is a VHS video magazine. I've never heard of it.
Yep.
And it says Michael Martin Murphy right on the front.
Wow.
Cover story. So I think that's a double Mandela. I've never heard of video magazines before. So I'm gonna look into it more. I may be doing a presentation on it next week. So give you guys a heads up.
And Sandy, I'm so glad you do these with the green background, because you never know if your residue changes, but it will not affect the color.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's absolutely correct.
Whoa, that's true, because if it changes, you'll know that it changed because of the border.
Yes.
That will prove that it changed because Sandy uses colors.
That's the point of using the color.
And the colors is basically like you're not going to be able to change it, if, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Smart idea, Sandy. Trick the AI. Trick it. Won't mess with you.
Nope.
All right, Brian, what's next?
I guess Bobby McGee. Is this a song?
That is
Sandy.
a song. That is a song from Janis Joplin.
Since we're talking about musicians.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. Eddie, not the VHS video part. The fact that it's a video magazine. That's the weird part to me. Okay, so all the blanks are the same word. It's the same thing. You don't have to find 3 different answers, just one answer. What's interesting is when I've covered this, everybody keeps putting a word that's not correct. But they're all putting they're all saying the same thing, which is weird. But the song went, bust a flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, when blank feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way into New Orleans. And I just want to mention that I remember and rode us all the way to New Orleans, not into. But I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana, blank playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers, slapping time, blank, holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driver knew. Does anyone know the song? And if so, what are the blanks?
You got to really use your context clues here if you have no idea what this is. I may have heard the song, but I really don't know this particular one. What about you, Teresa?
Brian, I don't know this song. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else
Brian,
with that?
I don't know the song.
And I was
No.
actually shocked at how many people didn't know the song. Like, you know, classic rock, I just assume everybody knows. Like, she played at Woodstock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sorry,
I don't
Sandy.
know. It's not like she's like an obscure artist. You know? It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I have all these apologies in the chat. No need to apologize. We could just go on. I could just tell them what I remember. So for me, it was always I was. So she would, for example, when I was holding Bobby's, or when I was playing soft, or when I was feeling. Now it's eyes. When I's feeling instead of I was feeling. I's playing instead of I was playing. I's holding instead of I was holding. So, and the thing is, if you listen to her sing it, clear as day, she sings eyes.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Was she from the South?
I don't know where. No, I think she's from like the Pacific Northwest. Let me look. Utah, maybe. I don't know. Hold on for a minute.
Port Arthur, Texas.
Oh, she's from Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she went to high school and everything in Texas too. Why was I thinking Pacific Northwest? That's weird. But she moved to California too. But still, I've never heard eyes instead of I was. So here's the residue. Now, what's interesting, the top right one, it says eyes in the first line, but then the other two say I was.
We got to come up with a name for that type of Mandela effect.
It's slang. It's lazy slang.
How about a slant Mandela effect residue?
That's slant?
You know how you have slant rhymes?
Oh.
Words that rhyme, that they half rhyme, they don't rhyme all the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, none of this rhymes. It's a repeating word that she's shortening to a lazy slang.
No. What I'm saying is in your residue where you have one that's red and the one that's green. Like, you know how you have proof of what it was and what it is now.
I just call that dual reality residue.
Dual reality residue. There you go. DRR.
Yeah. There you go.
Dual reality residue.
She is thinner and she's prettier in this reality too. Dan pointed that out and I completely agreed with him. Her face is prettier. I don't know if it's more symmetrical or what, but it's prettier. And thank you, Teresa, for help with the residue. Teresa found a lot of it.
You're welcome. No problem.
Next runner-up, let's see. The night bloomings. How do you pronounce that?
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of cactus or something?
Serious? Yes, serious.
It's a cactus flower.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone ever heard of this? Anyone from? I guess are they in the West?
No,
I've never heard of it. I live in the West.
they're in the South and Mexico. So I've never heard of the night blooming Sirius cactus flower. And you can go on so I can tell them why it's special. The ones that didn't see this last night. So the Cactus Sirius plant is native to the Sonoma Desert in Arizona, but can grow anywhere in Zone 9 hardiness areas of the United States. So the South. It can grow in the South. And parts of Mexico. What makes this flower special? A few things. For one, as its name implies, it only blooms at night.
That's weird. That's so weird.
It is, because the rest of the world's flowers, except for the flowers, the orchids I found that bloom underground, that's weird too. But all other flowers close at night and open in the daylight. But the second thing is, it can also grow on trees as well, like a vine spurts off from the cactus.
That's weird.
It is weird. Mm-hmm. And these flowers are also larger than the average flower and can grow in many colors depending on the variety. So they're pretty big, like a magnolia size. I'm waiting for the graphic to show up so I can read it. Because of the short window of viewing, many botanical gardens host middle of the night blooming tours. Another thing I've never heard of. I've never heard of a blooming tour. They're telling you to bring flashlights. I don't know where the graphic is. Did we skip it where it says they only bloom once a year?
No, not yet. It must be.
No, it's
No.
not here.
Wow.
All right, well, they only bloom once a year in the middle of the night. So botanical gardens will have blooming tours where you can go at night to watch them bloom. No, honest Hunter O. Biden, that's just your dream. Hello, Mikey. Are you going to do the new plant one?
Yeah, is there agave? Is that what it is?
Yep, that's the new one. I was going to cover them all last night, but I didn't get the graphics done in time. Okay, so recently I covered the giant agave plants that were new to me. Well, now there's two more that I've never heard of or seen before. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of orchids we've seen that look like a lot of things. I don't know about the nude woman. I'd have to look into that. The first is the foxtail, also called lion's tail agave, which is native to Mexico and the southern United States. I've never seen agave plants look like this. Have you guys? Anyone? Seen fluffy, tall stalks coming out of agave plants? It's agave attenuata. The agave will sprout a stalk in the middle of the plant with fluffy-looking flowers, giving it the appearance of a huge tail.
That's amazing, Sandy. What a cool.
I guess I don't know my plants as much as I thought I did.
Me either.
Grows in the southern United States. That's where you're at.
Yeah, I'm in
All right,
Huntsville.
but the agave plant that I really want to talk about is the agave americana, which is native to Mexico and Texas. I mean, really, these can grow anywhere in the same hardiness zone, but they're native to Mexico and Texas. Check it out. It grows like a tree-like plant, nicknamed the century agave plant because it only blooms once in its lifetime. So in the entire lifetime of the plant, it will only bloom once. And that bloom can happen 10 to 75 years after it's planted.
Wow, you'd have to wait a long time for it.
Yeah, it makes newspapers when it happens. The stalk looks very tree-like. Kind of reminds me of like a bonsai.
Have you guys ever seen this before?
Or heard of a plant that only blooms once every 10 to 75 years? The Naralata flower. Brian, can you look up that when we're done this presentation?
Yeah, sure.
I'll
Just let
spell
me
it.
know.
Yeah, I'll spell it for you after we're done. That's from Eddie Van Keen. Welcome, Derek Coleman, who says, nah, no way, never seen that. Never heard of it, says Karen. It's unreal. Hey, Crypto V, or 5. Weird plant, says Bit of Venom.
All right, you want to tell it to me now?
Sure, I'll spell it for you. We just lost Teresa.
We'll get her back.
Matrix Seeker says, never seen it. It looks very exotic. I think that was about the foxtail.
What kind of plant? Or
Okay, it is Narilata flower.
Google knew what it was saying. Let's see. Images.
Oh, he's showing me the woman, the naked woman. That may be okay. So in places like Japan, China, and Mexico, they actually build molds and the plant grows inside it. That's what you're looking at. That isn't. They're very cheeky. They do that with pumpkins too. Like they'll grow square watermelon and square pumpkins. Um, Brian, do me a favor and look like those pears right there too. Those Buddha pears. They put the budding plant inside a mold, and as it grows, it forms to the mold. That's what's happening here. It doesn't actually look like that. If they didn't put it in the mold, it would look quite different.
You sure?
1000%. I looked into this when I found Frankenstein head pumpkins and the Buddha pears. They're shifty.
That's weird.
These
That's
these
weird.
people are
Here.
conning people. Now the orchids, those things are real. Like the lips and the yeah, they're clear polycarbonate molds. You can buy the molds. Google, do me a favor and Google woman plant mold. Of course, they're not gonna have the woman one. All right,
No.
do Buddha vegetable mold. I might have to put vegetable mold. Maybe that's why I didn't do it right. Look up Buddha vegetable mold, and you'll see the pairs we just saw. Or Buddha fruit mold.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. In other words, you
Yeah,
can make the fruit take the shape or whatever.
right. They grow into that shape. Right.
So they're conning people with that other stuff.
They are conning people, yeah.
Look at that. You could get square apples if you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
we've
pretty
talked
cool.
about this before.
Okay.
Don't
Let's
feel
see.
bad. Don't feel bad because I thought it was true too until I looked into it. I mean, it's just that's why I do the research. That's why, because there's people out there trying to con us and use Photoshop and all sorts of stuff. So I'm always fact checking what I find.
Teresa's back.
There was something
Yay.
else in the chat.
Okay, how you doing? Wait,
There she
who?
is.
What? Who's in the chat? What's in the chat?
You. I was talking about you, Teresa. I said, yeah, she's back. I'm talking about you, not the chat. All right, so this is partially a rewind. In late 2018, I covered a store catalog name that had changed for me.
Who's a robot?
What do you remember? Montgomery what? Begins with a W. Montgomery what?
Can I answer?
You already did. I heard you.
Okay.
Yeah. So Eddie Von Keen says wards.
Oh, man. Is this going to make me think?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. I'm kidding.
I wish
I'm
I
gonna
knew
have
what
to
video we did. Go on.
I'm gonna have to say Montgomery Ward singular.
Okay. I want to find. I covered this on your show, Brian, back in 2019, I think, or 2018. I covered it on Twitter originally. I'm
Yeah.
curious what you said back then. So in the chat we have wards with Eddie Von Keen. Derek Coleman remembers Ward. Moon Freedom is Wards. Matrix Seeker is Ward. I do too, Eddie Von Keen. Oh, we have both. That's an old one, Crypto. We have both now. STI and STD. Wards for Karen Maloney.
Okay, so are we kind of split?
Yes. Well, see, the interesting part is, and Crypto V says wards. Okay, so in my past, it was always wards with an S, but it's just Ward now. And check out that logo. We're going to be looking at the logo head on soon. It's so messed up. It's so messed up, Ryan. Just wait until you see it straight on. Just wait. Just wait. But the thing is, when I covered this back then, there was no residue of wards with an S. And now there's stores that have wards on the building. There's Ward's cast iron, Montgomery Ward, but it says Wards. There's a bag with Wards on it. There's actually residue of Wards now where there wasn't. It's now like the discount version of Montgomery Ward is Wards. Okay, so it's me saying the same thing. I have a new Mandela effect associated with the brand as well. So here's the logo, Brian. Look at the G. Now, I covered the merging before, but the G now looks like a weird C. And I do not remember the W going into the border. But ARD is merged in the newer logo, the T and the G and the R and the Y, and the ARD is merged. Look for Teresa backstage.
Okay. She's not backstage yet.
Hey, Anita.
Okay, so what about the new change?
That would be awesome. And if it has wards, please send me a pic. All right, the new change. My stepdad had power tools and lawn equipment from Montgomery Ward's. The company brand was Powercraft. Can you please spell Powercraft in the chat? Or just Power. Craft is Kraft. Power. I'm looking for the word power. How do you remember it spelled on the tools? Hey, Garden of Eden. Welcome. Yeah, I would compare Montgomery Ward's to. No, I wouldn't. Woolworth's is smaller. See, I had a JCPenney that was really small. I would say it was about the same size as Montgomery Ward. And maybe like the size of a Bradley's.
I'm going to say POWER.
Yeah, that's what the whole chat's saying. That's okay. Well, now it's POWR. And I don't know why I don't have a graphic of it now. But it is currently POWR, and there's a dash in there. I don't remember the dash. Brian, I'm going to send you a current logo because I don't know if there is
It's okay.
one
I can look it up.
Okay.
Is it spelled? Oh, wait, there it is.
No, that's not it. It's POWR-craft. No, wait. Oh, that's interesting. So now it's Craft Power? Or is that a different company?
Look at that. This is. Whoops. This looks like an old-fashioned owner's guide. Look at that.
It
Power
is.
without the E.
And the dash out, remember. But it does say Wards with an S.
It's a mystery. Nope, still no Teresa.
Yes,
Hope she's
Krypton.
okay.
It's little Tykes with an I now, right? Isn't Tykes Tikes now?
Yeah, it was TY, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Y.
They're all spelling power with the ER.
Yes, they are. Just like I remember, and a lot of them don't have the dash.
Look at that. That one says ER. It's even though it's blurry, you can still see it.
Yeah.
Ward Power Craft Saw. Powercraft.
Now here's with the logos. They're all merging with the border. You see it, the MW, all the older ones are merging in with the border. I don't remember any of this. I don't even remember these logos on the left. So they could have been when I wasn't born yet, or it was before my time. But powers merged. Teresa's still not back yet? There she is.
My internet's acting bad tonight. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's up next, Brian? Okay. This is a
That
new one
is
for me.
weird, Sandy.
Yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of Kellogg's Product 19? Not to be confused with the thing that shall not be named.
That is the
19.
number. That is the
Product
number.
19.
It's hard
Anyone
to
So
believe
is
that.
that magic cereal?
Has anyone ever heard of this? Anita says
No.
yes.
Who?
What?
Your mom
Your
says
mom?
yes.
What?
No way.
Wait, what? I gotta see that.
So I have
mom
a
tripping?
yes. I have a yes from your mom. Then I have Blue Pac-Man 13. Hello. Says nope. Karen Maloney, no. John the Savage, nope. John Nada, yes. Derek Coleman,
No way.
no. I've never heard of it, but my friend says he saw this on store shelves, says Moon Freedom. All right, well, here's the crazy
Wow.
part for me, guys. All of you saying no. I still have something to ask the people who do remember it. Matrix Seeker says yes. Next question, Brian.
That's tripping me out.
I know, this is 1,000% of me for me. All right, so introduced in 1967, it consisted of sweetened flakes made of corn, oats, wheat, and rice, and was available in all sizes, from individual servings to family-sized boxes. So it was Frosted Flakes, but instead of corn flakes, it was all of them. All the flakes they have to offer. Slightly sweetened like Frosted Flakes. That sounds like a cereal I would have loved. I would love that.
Yeah, me too.
All right, but what's really blowing my mind, which I can't read, Brian, so I've never seen or heard of it, though it supposedly existed on store shelves until it was discontinued just 5 short years ago in 2016. So all of you that said no, it's not like it disappeared in the 80s when we were kids or we weren't born yet. It was around up until 2016. How? How have I never heard of this? I'm the one who does the shopping in the family. This is so bizarre to me.
And my mom said she remembered this.
Yes.
So I have a
Half
question,
the chat
Mom.
remembers it.
Did you ever buy this cereal for me? Did you buy this cereal for me and my sister?
And while she's answering that, I have another question for the chat. So while some of you may remember it, is it a time Mandela for you? Do you remember this being available through 2016? Another time Mandela is cup of noodles. Many don't remember it switching to cup noodles as late as it did. Or as early as it did, I should say.
No, it was Cupo noodles.
It was cup of noodles like up until the early 2000s for me. Okay, Karen Maloney says Kellogg's is located in Michigan. I would have known about this. Never, says Derek Coleman. Never that long, only the 80s, says Captain Kirk. So it's a time Mandela for Captain Kirk. He remembers it going away in 1986. Anita says no for the she never bought you the cereal, Brian.
Wow. Well, see, it would
Welcome,
be
Damon Brady. I don't understand the "was up" comment though.
like I would have to like rethink my life or whatever. I would.
Wait, hold on. So Eddie Von Keen only remembers it lasting 2 years. It was around from 1967 until 2016. So it kind of technically is a Mandela for most people, whether it be a time Mandela effect for it being around as long as it was, or people just never heard of it, never saw it, like me and you. And this is kind of crazy.
Unless it was
Hi.
available at a few select stores, you know. That's the
No,
only
I
thing.
go to all different places. I go to Walmart, Acme, ShopRite, Aldi. I go to all, Brian, I go to so many different ones. There's no way I would have missed this.
You want to explain what we're looking at here, Sandy?
So here's residue of the old British flag. And on the right, now it's not shaped right, but Australia is all by itself, down under where it belongs, with less islands surrounding it. That's residue of Australia, even though it's not shaped right. And Japan is way up north, where I remember it.
Yeah, Japan's way up there.
Yep.
What's this here?
Okay, that's a red bar flag and the stars on top of the shield.
Okay.
There's some new ones in here that I added tonight. More stars on top of the shield. And for those that don't know, there are no stars on the shield anymore. So this is residue of the stars being there. It's just blue on top. Similar, Uncle Sam's hat is white now with no stripes. So Prada, we've covered Prada before with the wispy things on top of the A's. But that R is new for me. That scoop taken out of it. Now, some of them show the square taken out and the official logo for the eyewear at the top. It's kind of scooped. Do you see it? Like a kind of scooped. All right, so this is a very old photograph. Very clear for being such an old photograph. And the X and the N are merged, even though that was painted on by hand. Like, why would they connect that? There was no need.
Nope.
Oh, and the I is a 1. In benzene, the I is a 1. Forgot to mention.
Oh, it is? Let me go. Oh.
It is. Yep.
Let me go back.
Hey, Preliminal.
Hey, Preliminal. More red bar flags.
Yes, it is. Right on the Arizona bottle. Now, Zippo. Brian, why don't you tell them about the video you made on Zippo?
Yeah, I made a video about Zippo. And in my video, I never mentioned the flame coming out of the eye. That was not like that, folks, from my memory.
Nor
The
the
Z and
P
the
and the
I
O being
were,
merged.
yeah, I talked about the Z and the O, right?
No,
And
you
the, and
talked.
the
No,
Z
you
and
talked
the
about.
P. The
You talked
P's
about the
being
Z and
broken.
the I being merged and the P's being open, but you didn't talk about the P and the O being merged. Only the
But I
P's
have to
being
ask
broken.
you guys, do you remember this flame coming out of the eye?
The lighter. It's a lighter. I don't remember it. Now, the Super Kmart, underneath it says the Hypermart. I've never seen a K like that in Kmart, and I've never heard it referred to as the Hypermart. Hypermarket. I keep saying mart. Has anyone ever heard of Super Kmart, the Hypermarket? That is new for me.
Well, first I want to ask him about Zippo. For all of you out there who smoke cigarettes or know someone who does, you probably have heard of the Zippo lighters. Do you guys remember the flame coming out of the eye? Any responses, Sandy?
Karen Maloney, absolutely no. I don't remember the Zippo logo, Preliminal says. Nope, says John the Savage. Sorry, Honest Hunter O'Biden, I don't even have one myself. Nope, says Bit of Venom. So, Lux, Brian, go back a minute. I want to get the answers on the Kmart, the hypermarket.
Okay, let's ask about the hypermarket.
Has anyone ever heard of Super Kmart Hypermarket? I've never heard of that. I've never seen the K before. I don't remember it either, Anita. None of it. Char does gotcha. I remember it. No for hypermarket, says Karen Maloney. No for Blue Pac-Man. No for Moon Freedom. What's up with all the letter merging, Bit of Venom? We don't know. All I know is that there wasn't merging letters in my past. Letters where everything was clear and concise. You wanted your logo to be consistent and to be easily read so that people remember it. And not in this reality at all. All right. So this is a very old ad for TWA Starstream. Never heard of the airplane, but I'm just pointing out that it's all merged. It's from the 60s or the early 70s. Another shield with stars on top.
That looks wrong.
Now, the top logo we've covered before, Pan Am, being all merged like this. The A and the N and the A and the M is practically one letter with the weird feet. Well, this ad, now the N is still a little off, but that's more the logo I remember. The letters were separate, clear, concise. That's how you did logos in my past. Drink your water, Silas. So look at the T in control top. In control. And the P is broken in top. Now Therese has covered the T before, but the P wasn't broken. And there's even merging in the ad below. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
What? That looks weird.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was always just Diet Coke in my past, not Diet Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's weird.
Second of all, the T is now connected to Coca-Cola. I don't know. I think Teresa covered that one. She's being very silent, Matrix Seeker. So the next image from the same commercial, we have Diet Coke. Now, the C and the O being merged has been covered, and so is the D and the I. That's why they're orange. But now the D and the C in Diet and Coke are connected. And the K and the E are even connecting now. And the I is a 1.
What were you saying about the Matrix guy?
Oh, okay. So this comes from Guardian Matrix. Do you see the black dots under the eyes?
Yeah.
Guardian Matrix doesn't remember the black dots, and neither do I. But I got this email right before the show, so I didn't have time to look for residue. I just want to know if anyone else remembers this, and if no one does, I will look for residue for next week.
Let me see if there's another picture of the architect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Teresa covered the apostrophe. She doesn't remember it.
Oh my God, you're right.
What apostrophe?
In legs.
Oh, okay.
The eggs with the pantyhose.
No, that looks so wrong with the dots. What?
Yeah. Nice fine Guardian Matrix.
What the heck?
Are they freckles?
I
don't know
thought
what
it was
they are.
I thought his makeup was running or something.
Something's wrong with his eyes.
He's getting checked.
I hope it's not some kind of melanoma or something.
Okay. So this is just a little weird thing. The E's are all crooked on this. Just a little thing. This is from the early 70s. And Donald's eyes are blue. That's a really old Mandela effect.
And his black bow tie. Look at that.
The black
Mickey
bow
Mouse.
tie, yeah.
Mickey Mouse is missing his suspenders.
And his buttons are white. They should be gold. At least they were for me.
Yep. What's this one?
Okay, so this is from Daniel P. This is residue of Marilyn Monroe having a mole next to her lips on her cheek. And this is Fate magazine from October 2006. Very nice,
Where's
Daniel P. Right there, the
where?
black dot. You see it?
Yeah, but it's outside of her nose line, her lip line.
Oh, you remember it closer?
Yeah, I remember it closer.
Daniel P. remembers it on the cheek. Well, it's better than how it is now, which is the next image. This is her in, I think he said it was something like a hot.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, it's all the way down on her chin now.
No, no, we had just talked about that. I mean, a year ago or so.
So yeah, it was a nice find, Daniel P. Very nice.
Yeah, I remember it being on the. I remember it being on the lip line. Inside the lip line.
So why is there pictures of it with it down by her chin? If some of these images have it on her cheek.
I don't know.
It's confusing. Like all the images have it on the cheek.
And we've already covered where her name changed.
But some of them she doesn't have any now too. Some of them has no mole.
Right there, she swapped sides. Unless that's a
No,
selfie.
that's a reversed image.
Oh.
You just hit a button in Photoshop and flips it over.
That's weird that it moved down. What about SanDisk?
Oh, just look at the N and the D.
Or yeah, I remember seeing that as.
But what's changed from me recently is the dot above the I. It's
I
now
remember
like
seeing it in 2017.
the I.
No, the D being cut
No,
off.
I'm just. I
The
know
line.
that's right. That's the old one. But I'm saying what's changed now is the dot above the I. It's italic, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, that's weird.
I don't remember that. Is that it for that folder?
I think that's it.
Okay.
We've covered everything. I think I could pick one random from the bottom, maybe.
If you want to do that, go for it. That way, can at least give them the heads up that we're finishing up for the night. Just scroll down and
Okay.
find something.
Yeah, because as you all know, I was out of it for almost a year doing my school.
We'll find another one, Brian. Find something.
What
Takes
about
a while. There's a lot of folders.
what about Sodom?
Huh?
Which one?
Did we talk about Saddam? I mean,
What's that one?
Oh, no. Don't do that one. Don't do that one.
okay.
A different one, Brian.
Okay. Wow, you have so many photos on here, Sandy.
I know.
Find an easy one, Brian.
I'm trying.
Something that everybody would know, like a current one. I don't mean like current as far as a new one. I mean one that everybody would know, because I always pick stuff from the 70s and 80s, don't I, Sandy? I seem to find the old ones, I guess.
No, 60s and 70s, not 70s and 80s. 60s and 70s.
Okay, I'm old. I'll admit it. I seem to find obscure Mandela effects, which is good. This way, Sandy, you find the newer, up-to-date ones, and I found the oldies for goodies, you know?
Yeah.
Which helps when we have older people in the chat that get what I'm trying to say. You know, the older people like me in my 50s that would remember some of the things that, you know. What do you find, Brian? Did we do the risky business one already? Did Sandy? Yeah, I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did that.
That's right. That's why your thing is still risky business, right, Brian?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was from last week.
So you didn't switch it over. You should do it. You know what? We should all do clocks next week for daylight savings time. We should all do different clocks.
Yes. I could do mine like.
Sandy, try to do a clock for next week. I'm gonna do a cool clock. It can be a cartoon. It can be anything. A clock. I got an idea what I'm gonna do. Something to do with time. You can even do a DeLorean, Brian. Yeah, we should do something to do with time. Either forward or backward. Yeah.
Did I cover Epcot Circus before?
I don't know.
You?
What is that?
Explain it, Sandy.
Pull it up. Well, you got to pull it up.
Wait, hang on.
I don't remember all the details from stuff from weeks ago.
No, we did it. I remember that one.
Oh, you did?
Okay. Yeah, Brian, you just need to scroll down hard and get to like 2020 and 2019.
Scroll down, Brian.
Like you're still in 2021.
Go back down. Scroll.
I mean, there's literally about 500 folders there to choose from.
Sandy went crazy. Sandy has a lot of stuff in Flickr. You'd be shocked. Stuff I haven't even posted yet. Like, I don't even know where to start. Right, Sandy?
Yep.
Yeah, there's so much for me to post. Oh, my God. Find a good one, Brian.
I'm trying.
Come on. I'm going to play the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, Blue Pac-Man, that folder's in here. Brian, if you want to do CEDs, I covered that a long time ago. There's so
What'd you
much I
find, Brian?
covered. Yes, Blue Pac-Man, I've covered them. Yes.
Brian, if you guys want to know what's going on, Brian's trying to find her an older one that you guys might not know about. Sandy's got so much stuff, Mandela effects, in a Flickr folder. You could be there all day going through it all. Like, seriously. How many pictures do you have now, Sandy, would you say, in your Flickr folder? How many?
I don't know. I don't know.
Over 1,000?
Hey, what's up with the Family Ties logo? Let's see.
Come on, Brian.
Hi, Suso.
Hello.
Hey, Susan. Welcome.
Suso, you're going to have to help me here. The Vex, V-E-X.
What?
Vex predicament.
Oh.
Sorry, John Savage. Brian doesn't allow those words in the
Brian's
chat.
frozen.
Oh, Vax. Vax. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, CDs weren't the only ones. They also had mini laser discs that were the size of they were like a size of a 45 record. And then they also had there's so much media that never existed in my past.
I guess we can cover some more logos, right?
No, Brian, pick a folder. Come on, there's so much there. Don't give them more logos.
All right, hold on. Give me an idea here, Sandy.
Well, do the CEDs. That's what they're talking about in the chat. Find the CEDs.
Yeah, do the CDs, Brian.
It was April 2020. Look for 4/20/20.
4/20/20. Yeah, I'm in January.
There you go.
You're getting there.
Sometimes, it takes a while to load. It loads slow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on March 27th. Oh, darn it. I just saw it. There it is. Okay, I found it. CEDs.
Yay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry it took me so long. Thank you all for being so patient.
Yes, thank you guys.
So what's a CED?
A CED is a capacitance electronic disc. Thank you, Preliminal, for writing that out in the chat. I think are these the graphics, or I didn't make graphics yet?
I don't think
Right?
you make graphics yet.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is pre-graphics, everyone. So, It plays like a vinyl record, but it plays video. So it's video on vinyl, even though it's got like the CD holographic. See, that's the thing. I thought there was graphics to this, so I don't have all the details right now, but I do show images. Like, this is not something that was obscure. Like, you could buy MASH on CED. There were CED players, and they were known as video discs.
I've never heard of these in my life.
Mm-mm. I wish I had more information on it. I wish I had done graphics. So
They
you know
were-
what this means,
I
right?
remember there were CDs and there were super CDs, and then we also had super DVDs.
Well, I don't even remember super CDs. But I'm going to have to redo this one with graphics because I don't have graphics for it. This comes from Technology Connections YouTube channel. Mary Poppins, Star Trek, Star Wars they were all on the CED format. The CEDs actually stayed inside the case, I believe, and you pushed the case in and it read the disc. We kept them protected.
Wow. CDs, video disc.
Mm-hmm. So it was manufactured in 1972. At first glance, it looks like a laser disc, but it's not. I'm actually going to have side-by-sides of the image. Oh, we talked about the RCA logo here that I don't remember.
Yeah, with the lightning bolt, it has a lightning bolt coming off the A.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of merged.
Brian, I think you should do one more folder with graphics because this is like a half. All right, so it says right here, a CD on the left and a vinyl LP on the right, photographed at the same magnification. So you can see it's smooth. It is like a CD or a laser disc, but they're both vinyl. These weird RCA logos. There's CD logo. See, I wish I knew what's going on in my head, but I don't have graphics for it. So CED versus Laserdisc.
Oh, it's much clearer. You see that?
And the color is more accurate. Like, look at the orange lights as opposed to the yellow lights.
Wow. Such an improvement.
It was better quality, and Laserdisc won out, and then they both lost, so it doesn't matter. I do recommend this YouTube channel. He's very interesting.
What's his name?
It's Technology Connections.
Cool.
Yeah, for 1980, that's super clear.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So you wanted me to do with one with graphics?
Yeah, now from there, scroll up and pick an older one with graphics.
What about?
Wow, so what one?
I was going to say Sassoon.
If you want, I mean, that's a logo thing. It's not. You're sticking. I don't think it should be about a logo. There's so many Mandela effects there. Why are you?
I know.
logos?
I'm looking at this Sesame Street one.
All right, do Sesame Street.
This will probably be the last one of the evening.
Yeah. It was a CED machine. It was a machine just for those, Anita. Just like you would buy a Laserdisc player, you would buy a CED player. All right, guys. What color eyes do these Sesame Street characters have? They went, yep, 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 yep. Mm-hmm. And
Come on, guys. Everyone knows Sesame Street. They've been around for, what, 50 years?
they're the little alien dudes. Yep, 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 yep. The little ball eyes on top of their head. What color are they? White, says Blue Pac-Man. This was a good choice, Brian, because I forgot I even did this. White,
Oh,
says
thank you.
Derek Coleman. No idea, says John Nada. Teresa, do you remember?
Yep, 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 yep.
Teresa?
What?
Teresa? Do you remember what color their eyes are?
Whose eyes?
On the screen, Teresa.
No. No, I don't.
Okay. Black and white,
Sorry.
says Derek. Not sure. White
Sorry.
with black in the middle, says Karen. It's okay,
Okay.
Teresa. Karen
Sorry.
Maloney says white with black in the middle.
Okay, Teresa.
Okay.
Brian, what do you remember?
Oh, gosh. I remember white.
Okay, well, you can go on. So one is
Sandy, I
white.
couldn't see
But
him
the-
until you showed him close up. The one on the left. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It
One
wasn't
is
zoomed
white.
in.
No,
Black and white.
Teresa, one is white, one is yellow.
The one on the left.
No, Teresa, it's not a choice. One has white eyes and one is yellow.
White eyes.
She's not getting it. The pink one is yellow eyes now, guys.
Oh.
You tell me in this timeline it's yellow?
Yes. The blue one is white, the pink one is yellow. They both had white in my past.
Yeah, both of them.
And now one is yellow.
That looks weird.
It does.
This looks like residue, but apparently you didn't do the green borders back then.
No. I didn't make collages back then. I just put the images in.
So
Fuck
blue
American.
has white and pink or red has yellow.
Yep. And they were both white in my past, 100%.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good residue right there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call those things where you melt those things together?
I don't know. I know they're like a melty bead, but I don't know. Water bead, maybe?
Yep. Well, that's about all we have for you guys for this week. We'll have tons more next week. So, again, we'll change it to Saturday. We'll be on next Saturday, okay? So
Yes,
please be
Saturday.
same time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Teresa and I will be on with Curious and Curiouser on Thursday this week, because that day.
And I have
changes,
something on Tuesday, guys.
And Teresa can be found Tuesday nights now on Taco Tuesday with Hero from Eternia and Sagittariusly Speaking.
And Sagittarius Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So Hebrew for Maternia, right? That's
Taco Tuesday. Yeah.
Let me see if I can show that on here. And
Okay.
you all know in the chat, Curiouser's channel, Curiouser and Curiouser.
You can show them both.
Okay, so let me present my screen real quick.
Thank you.
No problem. Oops, wrong one. Okay, there's Hebrew from Eternia. It's he-bro.
Yep, that's his channel.
Yes.
Show Chris, and there's.
Is that the right one?
I think,
No.
I'm not sure.
How
No,
many
that's
subscribers?
Yeah, it is.
No, that's her old one.
Sandy?
No, that's her old one. It's the purple one. It's Curious and Curiouser. You're at Curiouser and Curiouser. It's Curious.
Oh, where is it?
Ampersand Curiouser, Brian. Brian, you gotta search differently.
I have Curious and Curiouser.
Oh, that is the right one.
No, you have a space there. There's no space. No spaces. No spaces.
Oh.
Okay.
There
there
she
it
is.
is. See, that's what I was doing wrong.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. When are we going to be on there, Sandy?
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
join us there Thursday, and join me Tuesday on Hebrew from Eternia. And then Sandy tomorrow is going to be on Mandela Monday with Scarab and Fizzy in the Grain.
Mm-hmm. And then
We're all
next
busy.
Saturday, we'll be here.
We'll be back with Brian. Right, Brian?
Yep.
As
So
the Terminator says, I'll be back. I'll be back. Which he doesn't say now.
I'll be
Without
Bob.
the accent. Yep. Now he just says, I'll be back. Yep. He lost his accent.
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are an awesome crowd.
everyone.
We look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Have a great
Wait, before we go, show my
Oh.
channel because I'm going to be streaming on there sometime this week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is Sandy. Where are you, Sandy?
Where am I?
Oh.
You're in another timeline. I can't hear you. No,
Hey guys, Sandy needs some subscribers. She's got 319, right, Sandy?
Oh, I have more from yesterday. That's great. But the point is, we're going to be streaming later this week, maybe Wednesday. So,
ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. So
what's the name of your channel, Sandy?
It's just Sandy Diva, right?
Sandy Diva.
That's it.
If you haven't subscribed to her, go over and subscribe. She's going to be having a lot more interesting things coming up. Right, Sandy?
Yes, I am. Thanks, Brian.
Yep. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. And I want to also share Teresa's group on Facebook. If you have anything you want to present to her, or if you want to join the group and talk to other people who are like-minded.
Oh yeah, and it's private too, guys. So don't worry about it. It's very private. It's not public. But please, when you do decide to join my group, please answer all the questions. It's very important because I don't know if you're a bot or a troll or whatever. Please answer all the questions truthfully, and then I will let you in. No problem. You want to show my group?
Yep, I'm going to show it right now.
It's growing like crazy, guys. Coming up May 4th will be 3 years for me that I started my group.
Oh my God, 3 years?
It is. You can show a little bit if you want. That was me talking about people who were blue. They were blue.
Blue people?
Yeah, read it. You want to click on it? You can read it. I didn't bring it tonight, but if you want to read it, you're welcome to it. Yeah, click on it. It's really weird.
The blue blood disorder.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead and read it if you like.
Martin Fugate moved to Kentucky around 1820 and met and married a pale-skinned, red-headed woman named Elizabeth Smith. Unbeknownst to them, they both happen to carry a rare recessive gene that creates a blood disorder called something here, can't pronounce it, which causes the appearance of blue-tinged skin. Apparently, Martin had blue skin in appearance, and he was an orphan from France, so his biological history is unknown. As a result, 4 of their children they exhibited blue skin. Wow. Yep.
I didn't know if that was the Mandela effect, so I did post that. Now, to me, I've never heard of people having blue skin, but then again, it could just, like they said, it's an anomaly to do with the blood. But yeah, I got a lot of weird stuff in there. But if you want to kind of scroll down, I have a lot of weird different things. There's Mandela effects in there, a lot of strange looking animals, a lot of weird fashions, and a little bit of everything in there.
We've
And we also-
enjoyed you guys. Thanks for coming. Have a great Mandela Effect night, and God bless.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.